Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this holiday Thursday, June 19th. We are doing our routine weekly briefing for Central North Carolina, covering today, Thursday, June 19th, through Wednesday, June 25th. Getting straight to the big picture, here is current radar. As you can see, there is some storms to the west of us over Tennessee, and then down across Alabama, Georgia, and Mississippi. We expect these storms to move east with a cold front, and here is a simulation beginning, let's let it start over, beginning around 8 a.m. this morning, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and midnight. So we're expecting some storms to develop over the northwest Piedmont between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. Again, this is just developing. And then over the triangle, anywhere between 4 and 8 p.m. And then along the coastal plain, 6 to 11 or even midnight across the area. These storms are expected to be along a line, and then we are in a slight risk for severe weather, so any storms could produce damaging wind gusts and small hail. Here is the upcoming weather pattern for Central North Carolina. We have an approaching cold front today that will bring strong to severe storms across the region this afternoon and evening, again, anywhere from 4 p.m. to midnight across the entire region. And then little to no change in temperatures behind the front, maybe a little bit less humid, a little bit less hot, but it's still going to be very warm. And then after that, the dangerous heat will build across the region this weekend into early to mid next week. And very little to no rainfall is expected for the next 7 days. Again, we are in a slight risk for severe weather. That means scattered severe storms are possible across much of the county warning area. And then tomorrow, Friday, that does show general thunder for areas in the south and east of the triangle area. That's expected, with afternoon sea breezes or any lingering storms early Friday morning. So we have a couple early Friday morning storms possible, and then afternoon sea breeze could make its way inland. And then Saturday, again, a very small, low, non-zero chance of some afternoon sea breeze storms. Otherwise, through Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're not expecting any rainfall. And here are the rainfall forecasts through at least the next 5 days. So here you can see anywhere up to an inch, and then no rain except for along the coastal south coast on Friday, and then the very southern portion of North Carolina on Saturday, and then nothing on Sunday or Monday. With that rainfall today, there is a marginal risk of flash flooding across western and the northern Piedmont this afternoon and evening. With those chance of storms, some storms could cause localized flooding, especially in poor drainage and low-lying areas. The heat. All right. So after the storms today, the heat will build, and this is a snippet from the experimental heat risk for Monday. I know this is days 1 through 3, but this is for days Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. So as you can see, we have a elevated to significant chance of extreme heat on these days, and then a little bit on Tuesday for extreme heat, and then more across the triangle and northeast Piedmont and coastal plain for extreme heat. So an increased heat risk for next week will range from moderate to extreme Monday through Wednesday, and a heat advisory is expected for all of these days. Remember, a heat advisory is heat index values expected to be anywhere from 105 to 109. And then when we get to 110 or greater, that's going to be an extreme heat warning. So that means and that's when we would put that out. When we're forecasting it to be 110 or greater, that's when we put that out. So remember, we have the heat advisory for 105 to 109, and then the extreme heat warning for heat indices 110 or greater. And if you need more information on heat safety, go to weather.gov/safety/heat, and there are plenty of resources there for you. Looking on the bright side, there is NHC 7-day graphical tropical weather outlook. Nothing in the Atlantic. There is a hurricane out in the Pacific, but it's not affecting North Carolina, obviously. Here is a quick drought update. There is no drought across North Carolina. Here is the 8 to 14-day temperature and precipitation outlook for June 26th through July 2nd. So getting close to that holiday weekend. We are going to see above normal temperatures, 60 to 70% chance of above normal temperatures. And these normal temperatures are ranging in the upper 80s for the Triad region to low 90s elsewhere. So it's going to be pretty warm for the foreseeable future. Here is our experimental graphical hazardous weather outlook. As you can see, today is highlighted with severe thunderstorms possible, thunderstorm winds, hail, lightning, rainfall, and then extreme heat before those storms developed is also elevated today. And you can see every single day, today through Wednesday, is highlighted for extreme heat. So yeah, we have limited heat Friday and Saturday. Like I said, it's not going to be terribly hot, but it will be still warm in some places. Sunday, that's when that Sunday it gradually increases, and then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are going to be our significant and extreme heat risk days. So just here's a weather summary. So approaching cold front today, bringing strong to severe storms across the region this late afternoon and evening, possibly a little bit into the overnight hours. And then change in temperatures, not really after this front. It's a weak front with temperature change and humidity. And then dangerous heat will build across the region over the late weekend into next week. And then very little rainfall expected next week. So damaging winds are possible today and large hail. While we do not expect excessive heat today, expect a level of heat impact vulnerable populations. And here is the forecast for the Raleigh area. As you can see, those chance of storms likely today, and then the heat after that. That is all I have for today. If anyone has any